Well, hello everyone, and welcome back from that brief interlude. Congratulations again to the bingo winner, and hello, CaveL1ghter.
Hello.
How's it going?
Pretty good. Ready to do the good old road trip adventure run. A little bit different this time around.
Ooh,
So I see you're
So
going for the single bingo this time as opposed to a blackout.
yes, and that is because this is using version 1 of my randomizer that I've made for this game. Now, what the randomizer does at the moment is pretty simple. It just swaps all the dialogue for the NPCs around, but that also includes the scripts, so like all the quests and stuff. If the dialogue gets transferred from one NPC to another, then the quests associated with that NPC and the items that they give you and so on and so forth are also transferred over. So basically, I have no idea where any of this stuff is. So it's going to be a bit of a mess, but it'll be a fun mess, and we'll go around the whole world and talk to all the different NPCs. And yeah, because it's a lot less predictable, obviously, I can't just go straight to the NPCs that'll give me the goals. So the estimate is a lot longer than it would be for a really like typical single bingo. But yeah, in any case, we shall go ahead in 3, 2, 1, go.
All right, chat, here we go.
So, if you haven't been around before and you haven't seen Road Trip Adventure before, the gist of it is that it's an RPG, but all the characters are cars, and you drive around and you talk to all the different characters and do quests and do races and do cool stuff like that. Except obviously now in this case, all the NPCs are not in the places that they should be. Like this is the policeman, for example, who is suddenly the roulette registration, which is actually pretty cool because that's going to help me earn mad cash money later. So I'm going to remember where that is. Because I can do some cool speedrun tricks to make some cool stuff happen. Specifically, well, yeah, you can basically manipulate the well, not manipulate the roulette so much as cheese it. It's not a perfect trick, but it lets you get a lot of money really early on, and I might need that later to complete some of the races, which I will be required to do for some of the rows and columns that I'm going for, or well, the road that I'm going for, but if I happen to complete it quick enough, then I'll go further on and try and get multiple. It's a complete shot in the dark because of the randomizer. This is the one lap race, which I don't think I can do right now. I don't have nearly good enough parts for this, so I don't think I have a reason to do that right now anyway. Yeah, it's not anywhere on the card. But yeah, get cozy and enjoy the drive. So for now, I'm just gonna sort of go around, and I've already got some stuff in mind on what route I want to take. But for the time being, my plan at the moment is just to sort of drive around and talk to every NPC that I can, simply for the sake of clearing some. Because maybe there's one of the goals on this card that I could get really early on that I don't know about because of the randomizer. And if I happen to come across it, then it helps quite a lot. Like I just got God's Rod. Not that that's useful for anything right now because, well, it's not anywhere on the card. But if that was theoretically on the card, then I would suddenly have a new avenue open up for me to take in terms of routing. Oh, I should have talked to him. Actually forgot to equip the steering that I bought really early on. So that's an interesting difference now with the randomizer, is that in the... Oh, this is a vanilla interaction. That's interesting. Yeah, sometimes it's entirely random that you can just end up with a vanilla interaction, so that's pretty interesting. But yeah, I was going to say, so the routing in this is actually quite different to vanilla, because usually in the vanilla game, you head straight for an island that's really far away from the spawn location, or the starting town, I guess you could put it. And that island contains an NPC that gives you a free set of jet turbines, which makes your car go really fast. And so in the speedrun route, and for pretty much every bingo, you usually go for that first, because that helps you progress a lot faster, because you can drive a lot faster through the world. In this, it's not really possible to do that, because the NPCs are completely scrambled around, so any of these NPCs could be that particular NPC that gives you the jet turbines. And you'd have no idea until you encounter them. So it's really a matter of...
Having seen this run before.
Yep.
What happens when you go to the White House?
So for the sake of like not having the game completely collapse on itself, because there are some like things that are kind of hard scripted to work certain ways, I have a lot of NPCs set to not be randomized. For example, the White House with the president. Although I reckon there are ways you could make it work with the president specifically. It would just kind of break the game if you... Oh, that's cool, I got a shop sign. It would kind of just break the game if you had like instant access to the final race of the game, because the only thing that's stopping you from finishing the final race of the game is meeting the president. So if that condition were just anywhere in the world, then it would be really easy to finish the game, and I wanted to prevent that. But there's also a lot of NPC interactions that are like buggy if you switch them to be other NPCs. So for those interactions, I tested them specifically and made sure that they wouldn't get randomized.
I have to admit, if the president had had the jet turbines, that would have been kind of hilarious.
He actually does have jet turbine. Oh, you mean if he had them to give them to you? Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be interesting though, because then you'd have to go all the way to the end. This is the drag race. I can't do this right now, because you would have to go all the way to the end of the game and like complete everything without them. Which I think would make it for an interesting challenge, honestly, trying to do a bingo of this game, or even just a speedrun without using the jet turbines at all. It would make the routing considerably different.
Sounds like a new category to put on the board.
Yeah, it would be if we had enough like active users to make that worth it, but suddenly, unfortunately, with games that don't have a huge amount of runners for them, it's a bit of a struggle to add new categories, because you're not always sure if it's just gonna like thin the player base out even more. But if we had a lot of runners, then that would be definitely something to consider. Although we did actually just this year open a new category for any percent glitchless, or well, no major glitches. It is, which involves you not skipping the president, so you have to do like all the races and stuff. The roulette manipulation is still in because it's not really a glitch, but everything else is sort of the vanilla route for the game. Which is pretty fun. It makes for a much longer category that isn't as absurdly long as 100 Stamp, which is very long and it takes ages to get. So I think I've pretty much spoken to... I didn't get the stamp for going into every house, but I think that includes shops and the bar, which I haven't entered for various reasons. But I don't think I have much reason to remain here for now. But the way I plan on routing this game means that I might end up coming back again for the roulette, but that depends, because the roulette trick is very timing specific, and the timing that I'm used to requires the jet turbines, which means I'd have to figure out a new like timing method without them, which might take a bit longer than just going in and getting the major cash money. But we'll see about it. In terms of like general routing though, one of the most efficient things to do in this rando is go straight for, well, first go straight to the first 3 towns. So I'll now go from Peach Town here over to Fuji City very slowly, because these hills are very annoying and the physics sucks. And I'll end up going from, well, I'll go to Fuji City and then talk to all the NPCs there and try to figure some stuff out. And then we'll be heading on over to San Polis, and San Polis has a quest in it, which I've left vanilla because it bugs out if you swap the NPC dialogues around. And that quest gives you a set of really good tires, which I can then use to sort of further blitz through the game. And it'll be quite useful. Another thing is, so at the moment I'm looking at going for row 1. That seems like the safest option, the least amount of RNG required at least. And that involves visiting all the houses in Fuji City, which will be pretty fun, because we get to talk to pretty much every NPC in the town. Well, I don't know if it'll be that fun, but we'll see. Depends what NPCs are in Fuji City. We have no idea yet. But also, winning all races in Chestnut Canyon is going to be pretty fun, and it's normally takes a reasonable amount of time because you have to unlock all the licenses. But it does mean I'll get to go through like a lot of the vanilla route of the game, and it's a pretty safe bet that I'll be able to do it relatively easily. I just have to get good parts for it, which involves some grinding, but it shouldn't be too bad. Also, getting all the coins in Mushroom Road should be pretty easy because there's not a huge amount of coins in Mushroom Road. That's the curling. I do not want to do curling. I don't think I have any use for that part shop right now. I can probably do this quest. Oh no, the guard isn't sleeping yet. Oh well. Ooh, golf. I'll keep that in mind. If we have time at the end of the run, I'll come back and do golf, because that's always fun. Bingothon and Road Trip Adventure Golf name a better combo. Alright, let's see what this guy has to say. Alright, that's just a generic NPC that becomes your teammate at some point if you want. Kevin's mom. I have to find Kevin somewhere in order to complete that quest. So I'm not... Doesn't look like it's on the board anyway. So in terms of like the features in this randomizer, obviously for now it's pretty simple. But this is sort of just like a little taster of what my eventual plans are for the randomizer. I wanted to talk to that car, I missed it. Eventually my end goal would be to extend like the randomization to further things, like for example the data for the parts and which shops you can find them in and what prices you can buy them for and things like that. That'll sort of really spice up the routing for this game a bit more. Once it gets like really fleshed out in the coming years, it'll hopefully be something like really interesting to shake up the game. But for now, it's just a cool little novelty. And I thought about showcasing it here at Bingothon. I haven't really publicly shown it anywhere else yet, so this is kind of like a debut for it. And additionally, there's the entrance. Additionally, I will try wherever possible, as much as I can, to sort of extend the features before every Bingothon, so that I could, like, maybe in the coming years showcase the rando more and more as Bingothon goes on. Sorry, my brain is a bit all over the place right now. But yeah, my goal is to like sort of develop it with Bingothon, and then every year we can come up with something new to bring to the table. Similar to my plans for Minecraft as well, with the Chaos Bingo. That's also something I developed. Oh wait, this is the rainbow jump. This is incredibly hard. I can't do that quite yet. But yeah, with the Minecraft Chaos Bingo, for example, that was a really fun novelty, and I had a lot of fun doing that. And I think it would be fun to extend that even further and bring it back to Bingothon next year with some more features and more stuff that people can donate for. I mean, maybe if I could figure out how to do it, it would be pretty fun to do something like that with this game as well.
You love to see it. And we appreciate you getting to show this off and getting the chance to see all the hard work you've been doing.
Thank you. It's been fun. I mean, I love tinkering with games. It's always a great time. And especially games that I love, like these two. And especially, gave James a big peach. That is really cool, because that is one of the goals. So I can mark that down. But yeah, with Bingothon, I think with the Chaos Bingo especially, that was kind of very in the spirit of Bingothon, because it sort of incentivizes people to donate more and get more interaction out of the streams with their donations. So I think things like that are really fun, and I'd like to do more of that. Already spoken to this NPC.
Speaking of donations, we do want to mention that all the donations during Bingothon Winter 2022 are going to the Fred Hutch Cancer Centre, which is a world-renowned research center where scientists and humanitarians work together to prevent, diagnose, and treat cancer, HIV, COVID, and many other diseases. With 3 Nobel laureates among their researchers, they are at the front of the battle against these illnesses. And if you, in exchange for your support, you do have the opportunity to win some really great prizes. We have our Winter 22 VIP badge. There are 5 of them that are going to be drawn for anyone who donates $50 or more in the next 12 hours. We have our Bingothon mug selection at $5 a piece. You can be entered to win a festive mug, a neutral mug, a winter mug. You can just stare at our unnamed currently mascot and just enjoy your coffee and think about bingos and how much good you did. And of course, you could also enter for some of our prize packs from Team 17, including our grand prize for a minimum of $30, the Team 17 game prize pack for $15, or Ty the Tasmanian Tiger 2 Bush Rescue for just $5. We've also got copies of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet and our Bingothon hoodies in the raffle, so please consider donating, helping out the Fred Hutch Cancer Center, and get something nice for yourself because hey, you deserve it.
Something nice indeed. Get those donations in, guys. Even if you have $1 to spare, whatever, just if you can get some donations in, because if everyone donated $1, we'd have a lot of money raised for charity right now. So it doesn't matter how much you give, we appreciate every single donation that comes in. I don't even know why I'm doing this, I don't need to. I saw a mini game and I started doing it instinctively. I just love doing mini games, I guess.
You know, I can understand this.
Speedrunner brain. It just does things without thinking about the consequences. Oh god, no! Oh, I hate the physics there so much.
Living the mindless speedrunning dream.
Yep. So, physics in this game are very jank, as you can see, just climbing on walls and stuff. And sometimes those walls stop letting you climb on them, and that happens. Which is extremely annoying. I'll go around this side instead, since it's closer to where the warp is. But yeah, if you have like a bit of weird geometry like you do here, for example. I said that word very weirdly. Geometry. There we go. If you have weird geometry like here, for example, as soon as you like go over the crest of one of the polygons, it'll just let go sometimes. You can try and mitigate it by going slowly or using certain like steering angles, but it doesn't always work out. This is the obstacle course. We got a lot of mini games in the first two towns. That's crazy. And then let's think. Obviously, I'm trying to visit every house in this town because that's one of my goals. I think I need to do this, the bar and the parts shop. Are two really important ones. One thing I would like to find is the entrance to the figure eight minigame, because that's also something that I need to do. Hello, parts shop. Oh yeah, I need to do the paint shop as well. That's also somewhere around here. Although there is another quest I'm aware of that I could do, but I'm not sure if that counts towards the having done all the houses. It might do by the looks of things. Unless there's something I missed, which I don't think there is. Can I move this guy now? Okay, yeah, he's sleeping. Out of the way. Now we go to save someone's kidnapped daughter, because that's a thing that happens for some reason. Otomi, which is one letter away from the other thing that will not be mentioned. Oh, that's still not every house done, so I must have missed something. Is it this one? It might be. Nope. I'm pretty sure I've been in this one. Oh wait, I think I know which one it is. It's outside of the town, that's why. Wait. Actually, I think I went to that one as well, but I'm gonna check just in case. Yeah, it's the ski jumping. Strange. That is very weird. I'm trying to think which house I missed now, because unless I didn't speak to the princess, which I thought I did. I've been in this house, I've been in the body shop. Yeah, I've spoken to this guy. Also, the concept of sentient cars having swappable bodies is very strange if you think about it.
Are you kidding? That would be so much cheaper than my HRT.
If only. Oh, there we go, that was it. That's a good emote.
Untitled game gave us many gifts. Actually, wait. Has anybody done Goose Game Bingo?
I think I've seen it before, yeah.
I kind of love that idea. I might have to learn that one.
Yeah, I've never played that game before, but I've seen a lot of people play it. It looks like fun.
It is, especially with the co-op mode they added. That's a lot of good times.
Oh, they added a
A lot of
co-op
fun.
mode. That's awesome. Right, so now I'm on my way to my city, which for now I don't have a particularly good reason to get it other than for the sake of getting my city done, because well, there's a bunch of other NPCs that you can unlock that will like move into the city, which aren't necessarily on any of the paths that I'm looking to go for this bingo, or like any of the routes, but it's helpful to just have anyway. Especially if you get the parts shop, because it contains all the parts from every parts shop, so it's a nice like centralized location to get them. Alright, so next stop, San Polis, to get the tires that I would need. Well, I don't necessarily need them, but they are very helpful because, well, it's a free set of tires, and they're very good tires, in fact. And since I'm going to be needing to do a lot of racing in order to get the win all races in Chestnut Canyon goal, having decent tires to be able to complete those races would be quite nice. Would make the process a lot faster. Yeah, as you can see, without the jet turbines to take me places, everything's a lot slower than it usually is. Which is nice. You can enjoy the drive a bit more. I don't have to skip from place to place. What's this guy got to say? Oh, that's Jowset. I actually have a goal on the bingo card involving that, but I'd have to find the delivery man who has the package as well. Get the warp just so that I can come back here if I ever need to. So first I gotta go over here to the police station. And this guy is going to tell us about a thief. A tire thief, specifically. Be like someone who steals shoes, I guess.
But your cars. Wouldn't that mean he's like stealing your feet? Who's
Now,
stealing feet?
we're getting real philosophical here. Are tires cars' feet, or are the wheels their feet? This is a debate for the ages. Right. In any case, I now went over to the tire thief, and he said, "Oh, I guess I am the tire thief. You got me." And handed himself into the police station, because that is definitely how solving crime works. In any case, I'm going to go back to him, and now he's going to give me a free set of tires, because for some reason he doesn't resent me for the rest of his life for turning him into the police. Who
Or does
knows?
he need to return the tires to those from whom he stole them?
Well, clearly not, because his house is apparently still full of tires. Really a mystery.
Crime really does pay in this universe.
In any case, these tires are like way better in every aspect to the default tires, which suck. So that's very helpful to have. And I guess we go straight to the next town over. Wow, I got a mini tire, let's go. I mean a mini tower. I might come back here later to just check all the houses in case I can't find the figure 8 entrance on my way to wherever I'm going. Now we go on a little drive along the highway, ignoring all traffic laws because there are no traffic laws and there are also no cars on the highway. The technology to have roaming cars move between towns was just too much for them. Well, you can actually, there are trained bodies that you can put on your car in this game. There's also buses for some reason, because... well, I don't know. Why are there buses in a universe where everyone's a car? We will never truly understand. You know, I guess while I'm here, I might as well do the race. Get the first one done. So, a bit of racing. Now, the races in this game are pretty easy. You could pretty much, like most of the first stage, and even some of the second sort of level of races, you can get away with on the default parts. You can pretty much beat that easily if you know what you're doing. Obviously, if you have no idea how to drive a car, then you might struggle a bit, but I think everyone's played at least one racing game at some point in their lives. Not that this game was designed for adults, but, you know. If I could do it when I was a wee bab, everyone can. And they're actually pretty lenient in this game as well. Like, most racing games of this period, you'd have to get, like, you know, third or better in order to progress through the game. Or in Gran Turismo's case, you actually have to get first in most of the races. But in this, you can get pretty much anything above 6th, and it counts as you having completed that race, and you can continue on. So it's pretty lenient. Taking some racing lines. Like the true racer I am. Now, in a lot of races, they actually have like recurring opponents. So this guy, for example, this blue Ford GT that I'm racing, he's always way faster than every other car on the grid. And he'll show up in pretty much every race throughout the game until the final set of races, in which he doesn't show up, but you can then, by that point, recruit him as a teammate, which is pretty cool. And this is actually also one of the longest courses in the game, so that's considerably longer than most of the races that I'll be doing in this run. There are a couple that'll either be similarly long or even longer, but Oh, it's the goddess. Wait, I messed that interaction up. Come back. You have to tell the goddess that you didn't drop anything, otherwise she calls you a liar and doesn't give you the reward. I've already got a sign, I don't need another one. What do we got in here? Oh, I got a teammate. That's pretty cool. Actually, I didn't notice that. So right there it said Wallace is now on your team. I haven't really tested that out yet. How teammate interactions work in this. Oh, I get to input a greeting. I think we'll put P. Yeah, the greeting should be P. Everyone type P in chat. Anyways, as I was saying, the guy I spoke to who wanted to join my team, his dialogue was replaced with the dialogue of a car called Mond. And when I clicked yes to having him join my team, it replaced his name with Wallace, which is the original name of that car that I was speaking to without the randomization. So interestingly, it looks like the teammate script checks what car you're talking to and not specifically the dialogue script of the car, so that's an interesting interaction. I'm just going to talk to a few cars here, see what's up with them. Oh, that's actually cool. Not that I need it, but the My City body shop is pretty sweet. And it's off to Mushroom Road we go for now. So there's one coin here. And then I'm going to go into the town and get the warp. And then there's a few coins in the town and then another 2 in the river, I think. Well, there's another 1 in the river, I'm pretty sure, and then there's a second one that's like on a ridge along the side of the river. And then we should be good in terms of Mushroom Road. There's another one. Stop by the golf club real quick. I wonder what this has turned into. Beach flag, that's interesting. That's a fun minigame. Well, it's pretty much a drag race, except you have to turn around. No thanks. So, where is the other 2 coins? Well, I'm pretty sure that's the only other 2 coins of Mushroom Road. It's been a while since I've done like a 100 stamp run. Or an attempt at one, rather. So, it sort of escapes my mind a little bit where all the coins are. Usually, in a normal bingo run, I could go and get the... oh yeah, there's 2 in this area. There's 1 on the bridge as well. But usually in a normal bingo, I could get the coin radar, which is acquired from a specific NPC. You input like a code to his safe, and then he opens the safe, and inside is a radar that lets you detect the coins. And obviously I can't do that because I'm not sure which NPC has been replaced with him, so for the time being, I have to do this the old-fashioned way. Oh, there's no coin here. Okay, I misremembered. Well, back to Mushroom Road it is. Hopefully that's the last one, otherwise I'd have to go and... I mean, just to confirm that it's the last one, I'm gonna go speak to the bartender real quick, because they usually tell you if there's no more coins in the area, and then I can confirm that that square is checked off. My favorite zone, my favorite area in the game, that's a tough one. Oh, there's no more coins, okay, good. That means we can check that off. My favorite area... I'm inclined to say... I mean, I like White Mountain just because I like, you know, snow and sort of colder climates and regions is always nice to me. So, White Mountain's probably up there for me. Yeah, Peach Town is, for me as well, the most nostalgic by far. Yeah, this was... So, for anyone who doesn't know that, for anyone who doesn't know this, which might probably be a lot of you, because I don't bring this up very often, but this was actually the first game that was ever like mine personally. So when I was growing up, like, I mean, pretty much since I was born, my brother had an N64 and some games for it that I used to play. And then we eventually got a PS2, and when we got a PS2, I got my little 4-year-old child brain got to pick out one game for myself that I got to play, and it ended up being this game. So this was the first game that was ever mine, and I loved the hell out of it. I played it so much as a kid. Advice. Get a dog. Also, yeah, it's implied for some reason that there's, like, animals in these games. I say these because this is actually, like, a whole series of games. Known as the Choro Q series, which is based on a series of toy cars from Japan. But it's implied in a few of these games that animals are a real thing that exists, which complicates the lore somewhat more. Not that the lore is actually that interesting, I don't think there is that much lore to talk about, but it's food for thought, isn't it? I think that's 4 NPCs I've spoken to. Just to make sure that it's 5, I'll speak to this one down here. Ugh. Come back. Right, cool, that's 5 roaming cars in White Mountain. Before Disney's cars existed. Yep, this was actually... Well, I'm not sure if... No, yeah, I think this game predates Cars by 1 year. I'm pretty sure. If I've got my dates remembered correctly. But, I mean, that's irrelevant anyway, because one of the previous games in the series also had a very similar like RPG-like format where the cars are different characters that talk. Checking all the houses to see if there's anything useful for me, like the figure 8, for example, which I would like to find sooner rather than later, as the physics does a funny. Oh wait, this is the bar. That's gonna be vanilla. So the bars I intentionally left all vanilla so that they because obviously without the bars and without the coin radar, it becomes incredibly annoying to try and find all the coins, which might be something important if you're trying to do a run. So I intentionally left all the bars exactly where they are so that you can go, you know, basically where to find the coins without having to stress about it too much. And now it's time to drive underwater as you do. Right, so this character is also it remains with its vanilla dialogue because funny story about it actually is I was doing a test run like today and noticed that that character in particular ended up being swapped with another character that made it quite buggy, and rather than like trying to find the root of the problem and solve it directly, I didn't have enough time. So I quickly patched the rando to not make that character randomized. And yeah, before this run, and here we are. And now I will use my newly acquired propellers to continue driving underwater, because that works for some reason. We don't question the physics. Alright, so now I have all the warps. Yeah, you can go to my city, I don't care. I'm pretty much gonna just go back to the first town and complete all the races until I can do all the final race of Chestnut Canyon, and then we can check that list off. Or we can check that box off the list, rather. And then, oh yeah, Bingothon advertisements, by the way. And then we can do the figure 8, which takes a lot of looking around to try and find where that is. So So I'd rather save that for like the end because it's a bit tedious to do. And for now, we'll just do the races because those are more predictable. Boy, all this Bingothon branding sure makes me want to donate to Bingothon so I can win a Bingothon mug if that's still on the table, I don't know. And other various prizes.
I do love various prizes.
So many various prizes, and they're all great. So go donate so you can win them.
And to be fair, I've been waiting for the total to update, and I don't think it has. But I'll just say, I donated $50 with no comment because I thought this was worth donating $50, but then I couldn't think of a funny comment. So thanks, me. I don't know if that's going to show up in the tracker at some point.
We can't always be funny all the time, sadly.
I have that talent, but usually I need a mirror to be able to see how funny I look.
So what you're saying is that adding clown shoes makes you 10% funnier.
I mean, that's just a given, right?
That's true.
Are there clown tires that you can put on?
I wish.
That would be great.
They're just like comedically oversized. Well, there are big tires. I guess that's close enough.
Or
But that
maybe
just makes you-
non-circular shaped?
Well, like oval tires, that'd be interesting.
Or like triangles?
So this race is awesome. I love this track, but it also sucks because these stairs kind of suck, and they just launch you up into the air.
I don't see anything wrong with the physics simulation here.
No, this is as real as it gets. Move aside, iRacing.
Oh no, you're gonna mess up this perfect Zen garden.
Ah, it's fine. They can fix it afterwards. Actually, never really thought about it until now. How weird it is that you drive straight through a Zen garden.
I just love the slowly floating up till you hit the ceiling. And then,
Oh,
oh
yeah.
yeah, gravity's supposed to work.
Classic. Unfortunately, as cool as this track is, it only gets used for this race specifically in the entire game, and then never again. Which is a damn shame, in my opinion. Alright, I think now it's about time I use all this money that I've acquired to buy some slightly better parts, just to make this process go a little faster. What do I want? An engine would be good, I think. And some steering. Yeah, the engine is called Mad. I'll give my teammate better steering, not that it'll help him really, because he's kind of slow anyway, but, you know. There we go, that's a lot more speed now. This track is also pretty cool with the crystal cave. I always thought these crystals were really cool looking. Unfortunately, the rest of the track is rather barren, which, I mean, it kind of makes sense for a desert, but also is slightly underwhelming to some extent. Especially compared to some of the other more interesting looking tracks in the game. And yeah, we have to get the B license for the next races here, so on to the next. Oh wait, I've read in Chestnut Canyon, I don't need to come back here. River Raceway. This is a fun one. We got the glowing mushrooms everywhere. And a nice, like, sunset vibe. Let's see, can we make the fabled jump? Do we have enough speed for it? Oh yes, we do. That's cool. So that jump is always good to make because it lets you take a much faster route around the track. but you just need a reasonable amount of speed for it, otherwise you don't get enough airtime. Now, one thing with this sort of spoiler wing set, whatever you want to call it, that I have equipped now, is that you can. So if you see the arrows in the bottom right on the dashboard, that's basically like what I have the wing currently set to, and you can set it to up if you want more airtime when you hit jumps and stuff, and then down if you want more like grip to the ground. And so I usually alternate between the two during races like this where I need a jump, for example. And now it's time for Slick Track, which is, well, it's slick. It's all wet. Oh, I'm getting pushed out. We do a little drifting, a little sliding. A little too much there. Actually didn't occur to me until now that the teammate that I selected has exactly the same car body as me. That's interesting. Alright, so Oval Raceway, that is a dry road track, which means I'm probably, with the speeds that you go on that course, I'm probably going to need some decent racing tires for it. Or I could get away with semi-racings, probably. Yeah, I think I'll go with semi-racing. Should be enough. Oh wait, the tires are up here. Alright, now it's on to the next set of races, the B license races.
Well, best of luck to you on your races and the rest of getting a bingo in Road Trip Adventure. I'm going to sign off and hand over the hosting baton to Pika. It's been fun, y'all, and I'll be hanging out in chat.
Have a good one.
Thank you, Gannon, and hello, it is I, indeed.
Hello, Pika. Welcome.
Thank you.
Feel free to chime in whenever, since I don't have a co-commentator.
So what is happening? That is the question.
A lot of racing for now, and then afterwards talking to a lot of NPCs to find out where the figure 8 entrance has been randomized to. Oh, and Bingothon advertisements in-game for some reason.
Yep, I can see that. It's going very fast.
Yeah, just like Bingothon, because it's so fun that it goes by just like that every year. Time flies when you're having fun. Also, I've just been doing this race without realizing how slow I am, actually. I probably need to upgrade my gearbox. That'll help. Oh well. Off to the next one. I'm actually gonna head back to Peach Town, because this race should hopefully be easy enough with these parts. Yeah, this will be easy enough since it's a lot less about top speed. The AI kind of sucks in this game, so anything with corners you can pretty easily beat them. But obviously if it's just a giant oval where you kind of hold the accelerator the entire time, then the AI is usually faster than you if they have decent parts. So it all comes down to just having the right parts for the job.
I guess this might be a question that, that's interesting for anyone who might have just joined in recently, since we're now on to the second hour of the run. And because since I myself only joined a bit later, I was wondering if you could briefly explain again how the randomizer works for this game.
Yeah, so the randomizer at the moment just randomizes all the NPC dialogue. So each NPC gets, well, not all of them, because there are a few that are like, they remain vanilla all the time for the sake of preventing bugs. But for the most part, most of the NPCs have their dialogue swapped. And that includes their quests and the items that they give you in the scripts and stuff like that. So if you're trying to find a certain thing in the game, it's going to be in some completely random place that you have no idea where it is. And that's chaotic, but it's also fun, because you get to basically explore a lot more of the game, and it makes routing a lot more difficult.
Chaotic, that's a good word.
Yeah. And the eventual plans for the randomizer are to, in the future, have it randomize other stuff like the statistics for the parts and things like that. But that'll come later down the line, and hopefully I'll be able to showcase the same thing but with more features next time Bingothon rolls around.
What do you think so far in this run has been like the most interesting? Like, how has the randomization decided to mess with you, so to speak?
I guess by not letting me find the figure 8 very easily, but that's
nice.
That's classic. I mean, I've played enough Minecraft to be able to put up with stupid RNG like that, but also I guess in terms of routing, it becomes very different, because usually at the start of at the start of any speedrun or bingo for this game, you go straight to the location where you get the jet turbines, which makes your car go a lot faster. But in this case, obviously you can't do that because the NPC that gives you the jet turbines in the first place is randomized. So you have to kind of make do with some of the default parts and also try and find out where you can get decent parts to start you off with and progress you through the game. Until you, well, you might not ever find the jet turbines. It's because, I mean, it could be literally any NPC, and the quest to get them requires 2 NPCs, in fact, so you have to find the NPC that you need to talk to in order to get the jet turbines from the other NPC that you also have to find. And so it becomes really convoluted to get that, so you have to try and figure out what is the best route I can do with the parts that you can buy in the game normally. Another thing is memorizing the locations of things, like the coins, for example, becomes a lot more important because you don't have the coin radar, which you get from a certain NPC to help you out. Which
Memorizing
usually...
stuff? Wow, you're demanding too much.
Yeah. I mean, there is a lot of stuff in this game to memorize. I've done several attempts for like a 100 stamp run, which is basically this game's version of 100%. And it's very difficult because there's so much in this game to memorize to be able to complete a run like that. And the route is just absurdly complex and long. But that's what makes this game special, is that there is so much in it. And it's off to St. Polis next.
Yeah, I guess it's one of those scenarios where game knowledge really does make a difference, but I suppose that's true of any randomizer or even bingos for that matter.
Yeah.
But yeah, even more so in this case.
Well, yeah, normal bingos, you can usually dance around the RNG to some extent by having a reasonable amount of knowledge of the game. Obviously, it's not always salvageable, but when you have bingo and the RNG from the game itself, or the randomizer in this case, it becomes a lot more complex to try and route things properly. And as I kind of explained pretty thoroughly in my Beyond the Board for Minecraft, that's what makes things like this all the more exciting. I think it would be fun next year to maybe bring on board another runner to have a race with or something like that, or perhaps even like a co-op of some kind.
I don't think we've had a multiplayer R-tier run so far, have we?
Well, you can't really multiplayer it yet, but...
Well, I mean, when we multiplayer, I mean, yeah, multi-runner run. Yeah,
sort of
I believe it's always been solo run, so it'd be interesting to see if there are possibilities.
Yeah, I have contacted a couple runners before asking about, like, maybe we could do a race or something, but it never really came to fruition yet, but hopefully I can next year. That would be quite fun, I think. And well, I guess like a multi-runner sort of co-op run of this game works pretty well compared to other games, because a lot of the quests and stuff are very isolated. So you don't have to do any like major prerequisites for most of the stuff in the game. So you can kind of go off on your separate ways and do your own thing without having to share the progress, so to speak. And now I'm gonna go buy some better parts.
I was going to say, prerequisites, the enemy of bingo, but I mean, actually no, it's not the correct term to use, because it can be what makes a bingo fun when it comes to routing and whatnot, but it's the prerequisites are always such a big topic to consider.
Yeah, for sure. This gearbox is kind of not great, so I might save my money for a better one. Yeah, the parts in the shop kind of suck. Let's go to Mushroom Road. Maybe they have some decent ones there. But I mean, that's another example of something like, usually in most of my runs of this game, I don't really ever go to the various parts shops that often. So now I'm, for example, trying to find out where the decent parts are at. Now that one could do. There might be a better one in White Mountain though. And in a normal playthrough, I'd typically by now have the My City parts shop, which just contains all the parts that you get from all the parts shops in the game. So I usually just go to there if I want to get parts, but in this case, for example, I can't just find that NPC, so I'd have to find out which parts shop I need to go to. This one also has the same sucky gearbox. I'm on a wild goose chase for the ultimate gearbox here. Oh, that's too expensive. After all of that, that's fine. I'll just do the races here and then get the money, because these races should be relatively easy. The AI usually sucks on them.
If you honk with your car at a goose during the goose chase, will the goose honk back at you? Sorry, that was a weird question.
We need to try this out for science.
Yes, it's a very important experiment.
We need in real life a real goose and someone's car. And we need to test this. Alright, here we go.
So since you have to do like all these races, how many in total do you have to do again?
So... Oh, I messed that jump up. I didn't have enough speed. For the win all races in Chestnut Canyon goal, I have to do all the B license races and all the C license races, which I think in total is, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and then 17. So that's 17 races in total, which is quite a lot.
Oh boy. By saying 17, you've just summoned me having to say something, because it is the absolute perfect way for me to remind everyone that this event is sponsored by Team 17.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
They've been a great support for the event. They've provided a bunch of prizes, which include 2 packs plus a grand prize pack, which contain a bunch of games. One of them even includes the latest game that just released, I think, earlier this week, or just very recently, The Night Witch, for which you probably have seen the trailer during the intermissions. And they've shown a lot of support for Bingothon in the past and still ongoing. So they're amazing, and so just a great shout out to them as an event supporter. And while I'm speaking about these kinds of things, just another reminder that this event is in benefit of Fred Hutch. We're currently sitting at $2,476. We're so close to getting to 2.5K, which would be absolutely amazing if we could reach it really soon. Like, I'm thinking perhaps if we could reach it by the end of this run, I would be absolutely amazed. We're quite close to that. So yeah, let's see how things will go. You still have about a bit more than half an hour, so I believe in you all. We can do it, and let's keep everything going.
Yeah, keep those donations rolling. Also, that 17 segue is kind of incredible, considering I don't think you knew how many races there were left. Or to get in the first place. Entirely unscripted. Unless you looked it up somehow, but I didn't think you'd have the knowledge of the game to know what to look for.
I've indeed secretly opened like the full guide to the game, and I've been reading up in the past 5 minutes. Like I have all the knowledge of the game.
You've studied everything.
Yes, it all has led to this moment.
All right, cool.
Just
now
so I
start
could do a segue. Damn it! I will be tested.
Alright, there we go. Now it's the fabled gearbox that I've been looking so hard for. Oh, we're getting somewhere. Almost, miss input. Almost done with all these races. Oh wait, that's the wrong race. I'm doing all the misinputs now. Okay, there we go. That's the race I was looking for. Whoa. He's going a bit fast.
Where's the speed police when you need them?
See, I don't need no jet turbines. I can beat him on pure skill alone.
I just kind of picture in my mind, like whoever was the driver of that car, they had like deja vu just blasting out.
Big cash money. Right, now let me go to Trying to think. Mushroom Road, I should probably do that one. Now that I have better parts for it. My acceleration still sucks, but hopefully the top speed gain from the new gearbox should be enough to keep me up with the opponents. Or maybe not, might not be good enough. I'm gonna need a new engine as well, goddamn. Although I might have forgotten to equip that chassis that I bought as well. We'll take a look.
Guess you'll need that top gear for to win those races.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised by how decent the parts that are required for these races is. Oh yeah, I forgot to put my chassis on. Oh well. I'll come back to this race anyway. I'm not even sure if that would be enough to win that race in particular. Lava run. You'll spot a few initial D references in the cars present in this race in particular. This is the this is the canyon area of the game, which has several cars in it that are direct references to Initial D, which is interesting. They've also got, earlier on there's a character that you can race on a highway that is a direct reference to Wang at Midnight.
May I ask why a number of these cars earlier just went off flying for no apparent reason?
Physics.
I shall not argue against that.
It's the only answer I can give.
This just seems like a safety issue in this race. But
you know.
Then again, I would argue that setting a race inside a volcano isn't exactly the highest standard of security, so I won't question it.
You know, active volcanoes are fine. You can race cars inside them.
Yeah, should be fine.
One of them falls in, it's like, you know, whatever. Sign a few papers and you'll be done. Actually, in one of the future entries into this game, specifically the game that comes 2 games after this one, there's actually like a quest line or a plot line, I guess you could say. That's all about the politics of a course that is potentially dangerous, and you have to like sign a petition and decide whether the cars should race there or not. It's pretty interesting. That game's a wild ride. There's so many like weird heavy themes and topics in that game.
Hmm.
Although I think it's, in my opinion, too annoying to play through to make it worth doing for a bingo. But I don't know, maybe one day. I just noticed one of the signs on the buildings next to the start line says Pizza Hut on it. Some really weird, like, advertisements in this game. Like, there's one fake advertisement that says Astroach on it, and under Astroach, it has text that says Roach of Astrophiz. And I don't think anyone knows what that means. It is a mystery.
Who doesn't love mysteries?
Yeah. Good old Japanese devs trying to come up with interesting English advertisements for their racing game. It's always funny to see what they come up with. Although, as far as like English translations go, this game has pretty damn solid translation for how low budget it was. Especially considering there was like, well, the following two games in the series had much higher budgets than this did, and for some reason have much worse translation. I think they replaced the translation team for some reason, or the localization team. And for some reason they got another team that wasn't really as good as the one that they used for this game in particular.
I wonder what must be the oddest then localizations that you can find in this game. And even more so in the other ones if it's even worse.
Trying to think. I can't really think of like super odd examples in this game, but if I had like a list of characters in front of me of the other two games, then, or the two that I mentioned specifically, then I probably would be able to come up with some examples for you, but I can't really think of any right now off the top of my head. Actually, there is one character in one of the games after this one who inexplicably speaks like Yoda, with like they say things like 0.2 seconds late I braked, which is obviously not correct grammar. I have no idea if that's intentional or just like a mistranslation. Nobody knows.
What would be the better scenario?
I think intentional would be pretty funny, but I don't know. I don't know if that is something that could be intentionalized, because I have no idea how Yoda speaks in Japanese. Get a new engine. Now with all of these upgrades, I should be fast enough. And I guess I'll give this guy my old engine just for fun. Come on, just one more position. There we go. So as I mentioned earlier, you pretty much just need to get 6th or better in any of the races to progress, which is a very strange number, but that's the number they went with for some reason. Now there should be one more race until I unlock the A license, and then I can do the final 2 races after that. Right, I hope these are good enough on snow. Otherwise I'm screwed. Rumen indeed. Well, drive, as one would say. Alright, yeah, these tires are good enough. Even though they're not really meant for snow, but the AI sucks so much on this track that I can get away with it.
Nothing better than exploitation of AI to win.
Gotta win somehow. As speedrunners, we all love exploits. Or, I guess some of us are speedrunners at least. But yeah, the driving physics in this game are really fun. They're very simple to understand, but they're solid enough that it's like it's not that basic or like too detached from how cars like generally behave and move in reality. So it's got this like grounded tactile feel to it that is quite nice and easy to work with. And if you've never played the game before and you like racing games, you should definitely play it because it's very fun. Right, there we go. There's the A license. Now I can do the final 2 races that I need to get for that goal in particular. And then hopefully after that I can find the figure 8 registration quick enough to finish it off. Also, thank you, Juice in chat. Oh, we're doing some real drifting now. Also, in races like this, it's often fun since the AI has a lot better traction and acceleration than me. To have, like, you can kind of sit on their line and they'll just drive straight into the back of you and give you a boost. It's pretty fun.
Nice. If you ever crash into a car in real life, don't claim like the responsibility of your mistake for the accident. Just say, "Hey, I just came to give you a boost."
Exactly. So it's a great excuse to just rear end someone. Please don't actually do that.
Disclaimer: yes, please don't. Is there any rubber banding with the AI? Considering what you've said so far, I would presume not, but is there?
As far as I know, I don't think so. Not in this game, at least. One of the other games in the series in particular does have some pretty egregious rubber banding, though. Like, I've noticed examples where I've been just barely slower than another car, and as soon as I overtake them, they immediately speed up and overtake me again. It's pretty grossly noticeable. But in this game, I don't think there's any, as far as I can tell. Although there are a lot of like weird mechanics involving the speed of your teammates that make it really convoluted and annoying to deal with, particularly in terms of like, it's kind of not really well known even in the speedrunning community that a lot of the teammates, well, the teammates in general in this game have a system where they accumulate experience over time, and the more they race, the faster they go. But also, if you swap their parts, which you usually have to do for different races, because obviously you get off-road races, on-road races, underwater races, and stuff like that. It resets, well, it reduces some of their experience to some extent, so they become slower all of a sudden if you give them new parts, which becomes really annoying to deal with, and most people don't really realize it. The problem is it's not really ever explained in the game. It is in one of the manuals, which wasn't distributed in every region for every copy. And so it's like kind of a hidden feature of the game that even I didn't really know about until recently, even though I've done a lot of reverse engineering. But someone managed to, like, using some statistics, actually prove that that is a feature in the game.
as we're entering, like, officially speaking, the last 10 minutes of the run, like, according to estimate, I'll just, is it okay if I just go for a quick plug?
Yep, feel free.
Awesome. So I'd like to remind everyone and anyone that might have just come in that this event is in benefit of Fred Hutch, which is a cancer research center where world-renowned scientists and humanitarians work together to prevent, diagnose, and treat cancer, HIV, and many other diseases. And with 3 Nobel laureates among their researchers, they are at the front of their battle against those illnesses. We're currently sitting at $2,476 in total raised for them through this event, which is absolutely amazing. That means we're just less than $25 away from reaching 2.5k. And, if you want to get even more value out of $25 beyond the fact that, you're donating to an amazing cause, we do still have some prizes available and a few last bid wars available for the final hours of the marathon. For instance, I could bring your attention to the fact that we've got the Team 17 packs, which are both available for $15, and the grand prize for $30. We also have the Bingothon Zip hoodie, available for a minimum donation of $25. But even if none of the prizes immediately interest you, in terms of bid wars, up next we've got the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker Randomizer model bid war, with the choice between Grandma, Minecraft Steve, Sans, and Shaggy. Right now, Grandma is in the lead with $50, but you still have a very little amount of time to decide who will be at the top. So let's get those donations in, and let's keep it going.
So there it is. I've done the final race in Chestnut Canyon, and with that I can check that goal off.
GG's. So now just the one goal.
Yep, just have to find out where the hell the figure 8 is. And it's not here. That was in fact the soccer registration. And if I remember correctly, this building might be vanilla. Yeah, I think I set that to be the vanilla script because I think there was like some bug with it that I discovered during testing. If I randomized it. So now I'm basically just gonna go to every town and check every house that I haven't checked yet. I think I've checked this one. Oh well. It's definitely not it. I'm actually gonna put better tires on for this. Put some road tires on, just to get through this town faster. Yeah, I would have liked to do some golf or soccer or something like that, but that's not happening today, unfortunately. Since we ain't got much time. Steve. Speaking of Steve, donate for the Minecraft Steve skin, for which I forgot which run had that as one of the options, but donate for that.
Yeah, it's yeah, it's for the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker run. Something that was interesting is that the runner, sent some screenshots for promotion of the skin. And if you check out the Bingothon Twitter, you can probably see it. Let me actually just post it in the chat right now. Like, from what I see, it seems like it actually also doesn't just, put the skin on Link. It also actually puts the skin on the Master Sword, or I guess whichever sword you have, to be like a diamond sword.
Oh, that's
So,
cool.
So that's really amazing for the immersion.
That's pretty cool. I like that.
But I mean, there's all the other skins are very powerful, because I think seeing Grandma become the hero of the Great Sea could definitely, the hero of the wind could really be something. Or the potential that Shaggy could show us even 1% of his power. That's just one of the things that could happen in just a few hours. Not even that.
Oh. We will keep looking for the curling registration. I mean, the figure 8 registration. I'd hope not curling. Curling's a pain in the ass. Especially because it can soft lock you. Thanks, curling, for being a great minigame. Oh, gold ornament. Oh yeah, that is a goal on the card. Well spotted. I completely forgot about that. I don't want my fortune told goodbye. I think there's only one more building to check here. Oh, I could check the alien as well. There's an alien saucer. I should probably go do that before it stops being nighttime. There it is. The alien is French, apparently.
Seems legit.
Surrounded by French. This is scary.
You already are.
I know.
Be careful, especially there's 1 minute left to your estimate. Who knows what the French will do to you?
Oh no, they will ruin my RNG. No, I don't want to catch fish. I shouldn't have been spamming the accept button. We'll catch fish another day, don't worry.
When trying to go too fast ends up making you slow, unfortunately, when menuing.
Classic. I'm totally a good speedrunner, definitely. X. Oh, that's the alien's name. Oh yeah, because you're not supposed to normally have the alien as your teammate. That's cool. Right, I've checked the bulb shop, I'm pretty sure.
Alright, so we're officially over time, so what I will say is that the way you see me in my profile pic right now with this baguette, including the Santa hat, is how I'm standing right now in front of my monitor. And you know, I mean, obviously, I can't threaten you with my baguette right now because obviously we're physically separated. But do know the consequences, because one day they will come back on you.
One day I'm gonna get accepted to ESA and I'm gonna show up and you're gonna whack me with a baguette as the moment I arrive.
Yes, I will know when you arrive, and it will be inevitable.
Punishment for going over estimate. Well, there shouldn't be too many more houses to check, hopefully, so I don't think I'll take that much time, but RNG is never something to rely on, so is how it is.
We can still afford a few extra minutes probably before we have to get off, because because the next run is going to start in just a bit more than 5 minutes. But so we can afford a few extra minutes. We'll see after you've checked those houses.
Yeah, I'll just check all the houses in this town, and then well, I don't know if I'll be able to check all the next town in 5 minutes, but we'll see what happens. God, I hate the snow physics. Climb up the stairs, please. There we go. Movement is slightly painful without the jet turbines. There we go. Especially up these stairs. There it is! Let's go! Finally, we can finish the run. Slightly overestimate, but that's good enough for me.
It's getting finished. That's definitely praiseworthy.
Oh, I gotta do this on tires that are definitely not designed for this activity. This way. Yes. There we go. Oh wait. No.
GG's. Oh wait.
I need
Wait,
to
are you
exit
GG?
that step. Hold on.
You need to go out and do what?
Time. Okay, there we go. Sorry, I had to go out of the building and get the stamp.
For whatever reason, I thought you said I need to go out and get stabbed. So I was like, what?
No, I'd hope not that.
That's not really healthy.
No.
But yeah, either way, GG's on this run. Do you have any last thoughts in particular before we move on?
Not really, no. Thanks for having me once again. It's been great fun. And yeah, I'll see you guys all again next time around.
All right. Well, thank you so much for this run. Just before we go, you might have seen the counter at the bottom of the stream. We have now passed $2.5K raised for Fred Hutch. And that is thanks to a $25 donation from GoldQuiver. Without a comment, but I can say this donation has gone towards the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker Randomizer skin model, specifically towards the Shaggy choice. So now The competition is between Grandma at $50 and Shaggy at $25. So there's definitely a lot that could happen between now and the run. So thank you very much for your donation. And with that said, we'll be right back after a short intermission, after which we'll be up with the Team 17 bonus game. So stay tuned, everyone, and we'll see you very soon. Bye!
What's the most challenging or the most engaging part? Is it routing, execution, or is it anything else?
Most difficult, obviously right away, is doing the routing, because with how we've done it, we've given ourselves about anywhere from 2 to 10 minutes to look over the card and route, and then you would start. And so for those first few minutes, that's the most intense thing is, okay, where am I going to have to go in order to complete a triple bingo? And you try to look through, okay, I would need to complete 20 levels in order to complete this triple bingo here. Or, ooh, here's a different route that only completes 18 levels. And so sometimes it's looking at how many levels we need to complete. Sometimes it's looking at what we need to complete in those levels. Sometimes doing 20 levels is going to be better than 18 because maybe one of those 18 is doing something that's really, really long, specifically doing 10 mini kit goals. And so some of those can get really long. Yeah, there is the aspect of routing to it, but knowing what's in your route and how long it's going to take you to do that is another really difficult thing to actually know when routing.
Hello everybody, it is I, again, Pikastrof, here to talk to you about Bingothon Winter 2022, and welcome back. That's an awkward way of opening up, but you got the message. We currently are setting up for our next run, which should be starting in just a few minutes. So we'll be getting right back to you once it's done being set up. What is this next run, you're asking? Well, it is a Team 17 bonus game that is top secret. We haven't really talked about it at all. You'll see what it is as soon as, well, we actually transition towards the game. But for now, nothing. You shall know nothing. But what I can say is it will be very, very chaotic. That's pretty much the only thing I can say. And as you know, here at Bingothon, chaos is something we approve of. In general, I really would like to thank our sponsor, Team 17, because this run that you're about to see in just a few minutes would simply not be possible without them providing us with the keys for the game. So thank you for them for doing so. They've been an amazing support throughout, not just this event, but many previous events as well. So it's absolutely amazing to have that support. And so definitely, if you can, check out some of the prizes we've got up from Team 17, which includes 2 small packs and 1 grand prize pack. And you can find more details about them by typing !prizes in the chat. As well, we just reached $2.5K, which is absolutely amazing. We just passed that at the end of Road Trip Adventure. And I'm happy to see that the bid wars that we've got are making even more progress. If you're here at the end of the previous run, you might remember that for the Wind Waker Randomizer skin model bid war, we're currently sitting at Grandma at the top with $50 and Shaggy at $25. But we still have the Minecraft Steve skin and the Sans skin, which are still currently at 0. So who knows how that could go. Do keep in mind, the Wind Waker is the run that's immediately following the Team 17 Secret game. So you definitely want to get any donations you might have for the skin bid war as soon as you can, because that will close fairly soon. We also have the trainer name for Pokemon Violet, the starter choice, for which we have Quaxley at the top. We've got the starter name as well, with Snapple at the top with $26, Snotted Eyes at $10, and finally we've got the mascot name choice, for which we have Bob at the top at $8, Le Seigneur Cube at $5, and the Bingothon mug at $7. So the competition is pretty close. So you still have lots of opportunities to create a difference, and all for an amazing cause. So we'll be getting right back to you once we have more news about the upcoming run. In the meantime, chill back, relax on this fine evening or afternoon, depending on wherever you are. And we'll be seeing you very soon. Alright, everybody. I've got words that the following run is ready to go. So, everyone, I will be getting started in just a bit.